Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns, and welcome to the A Link to the Past No Major Glitches League Season 9. We're deep into Season 9 now, and we have the Master Sword Division, Round 1. As typical for the first week, it's Round 1, and we have Thor going up against the secretlyasliver. Without further ado, let's switch to Loud, and let's hand it off to our lonely rider, the king on comms, Rob J. Beasley. Take it away, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. Yeah, hello everyone. Can't believe it's Season 9 of League already. So we've got a clash here in the Master Sword bracket, which is the third tier, but we've got a pretty deep league this year. This is the most times we've had since I think Season 2. So it's a pretty busy league, lots of good players all the way down. Should be seeing a good close race today, hopefully. Looks like we'll be getting underway in just a minute. So yeah, looking at the splits that I can see on the screen here, it's like there's about a minute between their two PBs. So having a 126.09 and Sliver having a 125.18. Right, here we go. So the beginning of the run here is a little slow to start with. Obviously the first 30 seconds here we just have to mash through some text and walk out of Link's house, and then the first couple of splits until we get the boots will be a lot of walking going on. But yeah, still plenty of stuff going on in these first couple of splits. I've been watching so much AD of late, I just completely thought they both screwed up by not getting the lamp in Link's house, but it's completely correct in this category. We'll be getting it later. There's actually 3 different chests in this game that can contain the lamp. The game really doesn't want you to miss it. And the fastest one is the last of the 3 in Zelda's cell. Nice clean courtyards from both of them there. They did not open the chests, correct. Yeah, so the chest in Secret Passage, like the one in Link's house, is one of the 3 possibilities for the lamp, but it's, yeah. Yeah, so we need the lamp, but the game doesn't want you to miss it, so it's in 3 different locations. Yeah, if you open the chest in... oh, sorry, that chest has a map. But yeah, we don't... this is not a randomizer. This is the vanilla game. We know where all the items are, so we won't be able to open any chests that do not contain useful things. This is one of the chests that we will be opening here with the boomerang. Boomerang is not actually required for anything, but we can save a few frames here and there with it, and it adds up to enough to be worth grabbing. We'll welcome in raiders from spaces. Welcome to League. As expected, nothing really to separate the 2 runners at this point. That is typically how it goes in Escape. Barring something crazy happening, we would not expect more than a handful of seconds between the two of them coming out of this split. Yo, GG's on the PB spaces. Huge gaming. I've got a de-rest this category soon, or all the people that I still think of as newbies are going to be cutting me. Right, we are still almost frame for frame here. So we come into the dark rooms in the back of Escape here, the reason we need the lamp. The game won't actually let you push that, like the mantelpiecey thing that's blocking the way into the sewers here, without the lamp, so it is absolutely required, we can't just do it in the dark. Alright, let's see who's going to get friendly key rats. Oh no. Alright. Secretly a Sliver takes a narrow lead thanks to key rat RNG. Alright, and as predicted, just a couple seconds between the two of them coming out of Escape there. Solid escapes for both of them. Looks like So splits on Sank exit here. Ooh, and is skipping the Sank cart. What a gamer. Do I sound any different? Excellent. Alright, I unplugged and replugged my mic, and it seems to have fixed everything. Fantastic. All right. Anyway, looks like the race is neck and neck once again. So we're coming up onto the damage boost to get the Eastern Palace big key. One of the first like real speedrunny tricks in the run here. Like one of the first things you would see that it doesn't look like normal gaming to a casual player. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage there and use the invincibility frames to get past those anti-fairies blocking the switch. Normally you would have to kill all the enemies in that room to make the anti-fairies move out of the way. Big part of Eastern Palace here is collecting about as many arrow pots as you can get your hands on. Really want to stock up here. There's tons of them that are relatively fast to get, and we want to have a nice little stockpile before the second boss. Obviously we need to use a bunch to fight this boss as well, so having as many as you can is good, both coming in with 27. Pretty typical total here. Hope they both nail their most quick kills. They sure do. Yeah, one arrow into the wall from secretlyasliver, unfortunately. Not a huge deal, but yeah, as I was saying, it's nice to have as many as you can, and he is now down by one. Alright, so now that we have the green pendant from the Eastern Palace, we can get some boots from Sahasrara here, and the speedrun truly begins. It's going to start here with us seeing a trick that's going to come up a lot in this run, spin speed. You can tap A as we release a spin, and get into this super speed state here, which allows you to move at dash speed, but move in any direction. Yeah, first try from both of them. Sliver, they're taking the high route through the south of Grove screen. It's like both of them going for the spin speed out of here. So having to take a second try setting it up. But yeah, we've got the book now, so that's going to allow us to enter Desert Palace, the second dungeon coming up here in just a minute. Alright, so both of them now into Desert Palace here. Gonna grab a key from a torch. And we can go and get the big key. Cannonballs there in the room leading up to the big key, another thing that can cost you a little bit of time. The first thing really coming up in the run that's likely to, or possible to cause big time differentials is the boss fight of this dungeon, Land Molars. Like each cycle is 5 or so seconds. So we want as few as possible. Both going for Desert 2 spin speed here, and neither of them threw themselves off a ledge. You love to see it. We don't want to see any trips back through the front of Desert this league season. It's like secretlyasliver has been pretty fortunate with rupee drops. Already sitting at 31 there, will allow some skips during tree rupees. Alright, here comes the Land Molars fight. Slightly awkward patterns there from both of them, really. It's like one worm down each. Looks like So is the first one out of the fight here. Sliver having a pretty rough time. Alright, I was not counting cycles, so I was trying to pay attention to 2 fights, but there were a fair few had by them both there, I think. Not the cleanest fights ever, but sometimes Lammo just does that to you. It's like Sliver going for the safer desert exit. Only a handful of frames between all the strats you can do on that screen. And both of them getting their fake flippers. A little trick that you can do that Allows you to sort of pretend to have the flippers for a bit. It's funny, in this category we only do it very briefly there to get into a warp to save some overworld movement. We don't actually do anything that meaningfully sequence breaks the flippers. Alright, let's see how kind Death Mountain wants to be today. It's like, so getting bouldered, but did get the spin speed off first, which is the important thing. So not too bad a climb there. Sliver not being harassed by any boulders at all. Alright, here we go, Tower of Hera. Looks like no boom strats from So. Menuing to lamp early. Yeah, not from Sliver either. So you can perform a boomerang dash in this room here to hit the switch and get on the other side of the tiles. Saves a little bit of time, but it's pretty marginal, and it's pretty punishing to mess it up. Because if you hit the switch, if you had to hit the switch multiple times, it just costs you a bunch of time. Alright, they've both grabbed their big keys now. Now we get to do the fun part of Hera. Climb up the tower. Going to be coming up on another trick. Here, a little bomb jump we can do to get to the moon pearl without having to drop down from the floor above. Right, no early bomb jumps from either of them. But the regular version of the bomb jump, nicely executed by them both. Alright, now for Moldorm, everyone's favourite boss. Okay, just going straight for him there, but So managed to stay on the platform. Alright, looks like Moldorm came back to the right as well, which is nice. Alright, one down. Alright, no falls, 2 decent fights. So still just a handful of seconds between the two of them here. Oh, so getting trolled by the dead rock out there and dropping down, taking an alternative path. It's like a Sliver with a much more easy route. Once again, Death Mountain being a bit kinder to him. Alright, and here come those tree rupees I mentioned once earlier. So in this game, if you kill at least 4 enemies and then or then pull a tree, or pull certain trees, I should say, you get some blue rupees. If you do it without taking damage, you get some red rupees. So we've got those first set of blues now, and we need to kill 4 enemies in the Lost Woods here without taking a hit in order to get some reds on the way out. It's like bird slash there from So. Sliver, I think, dashed through it. Yep, no mushroom grabs here, so nobody's going for the safeties. Yeah, the file names are generated by the bot. Alright, here comes Aghanim's Tower. This is a bit of a skill tester, this one. It's easy to mess up some strats and lose a bit of time. This second room is pretty annoying if you're not at full health, but Sliver doing a good backup there. Okay, oh no. You hate to see it. Getting bullied by those guards in the dark room. Menu at the beginning of Circle of Pots there, that should read the RNG. Sliver got the good RNG. Looks like So here has got the worse RNG, but yeah, just need to react and boomerang the other guard. Not a big deal. So here we come up to the Aghanim fight, the biggest point of RNG in the run. Each blue ball you get costs 6 seconds, plus every so often you get enough blue balls to cause more lightning cycles, which is another 6 seconds. So we'd like to see as few as possible, but more importantly than that for the race, we'd like to see as close a number to each other as possible. Try and keep it nice and fair. 2 so far from Sliver. 1 so far from So. Alright, just 1 blue ball. There's a 3rd from Sliver, unfortunately. So yeah, 2 extra balls plus an extra lightning cycle there. So that's about an 18-second swing. The race is still pretty close though. So we're heading to Path of Darkness here. Our first Dark World dungeon. Can be a pretty tricky one as well. I think there's a bit of a difficulty spike at the beginning of the Dark World, and there's some, well, there's one pretty important trick as well coming up. And yeah, paying Kiki the Monkey here to get into Path of Darkness is the reason we had to grab the rupees when we did earlier. Uh, 110 needed in total. So the beginning of Path of Darkness here is basically us coming into the dungeon, going to some sort of objective, and then mirroring back to the start a few times in a row. So we get the shooter key here first, then we get this key here in the Stalfos basement. Next it'll be the big key, and then the hammer. Ooh, that jelly was really not playing along. Right, so coming up here on the hammer jump, the biggest time-saving trick in the run. It's a double pixel perfect bomb jump here. Looked good to me. Oh, okay, got to be a little bit careful getting back to this bomb, or getting back to the right pixel here before the bomb explodes. Alright. Nicely done. Same trick coming up here for Sliver. The alternative to doing this trick is having to go get a key from the basement a few rooms away, and then coming back. I want to say it saves something like 40 seconds. Pretty huge as far as NMG glitches tricks go. Okay. This is indeed vanilla. This is a no major glitches speedrun. It's a race. This is Season 9 of the NMG League. Ooh, nice 10 arrow drop there from Sliver. Not a perfect turtle party from So, but still gets through unscathed. Coming into the Helmasaur King fight here, this is the potential biggest punishment for skipping Sankheart. You'd have an extra hit to give in this fight. Really good fight though. So no concern at all about the Sankheart skip. Sliver coming up short on a few hammer hits there, but then getting a nice pattern at the end there where Helma just stood still and took it. Alright, so another dungeon down, still not tons of time between these two. They're both in the same cutscene right now. That means they're going to be, within about 30 seconds of each other. That's certainly time that can be made up. Looks like So is on a really nice pace here as well. I have the advantage of being able to see his splits. So our next order of business is to grab the flute on our way to the Village of Outcasts, where our next dungeon will be Thieves' Town. So the reason we do Thieves' Town next is, well, one, just for routing convenience, because it's the nearest one to where we need to go to activate the flute, but also the item we get there, the Titan's Mitts, is the thing that's gating us off from getting the Tempered Sword. And that's going to save a lot of time, particularly on boss fights. So you kind of want to rush that as early as we can. Both of them spin speeding their way nicely past Usain Bolt. Looks like there's approximately one flute activation cutscene between them right now. A very nice Three Musketeers screen. Ooh, Sliver just getting bopped there by Aramis. So then, first into Thieves' Town. Front of Thieves' Town here, pretty straightforward. It's supposed to be a little bit of a maze, but obviously, when you've played this game hundreds of times, like these runners have, you just know where the things are. So we can rush straight to the big key, and then go to the back for the more interesting part of the dungeon. See if we get a good hellway here. Ooh, unfortunate. Hitting the pixel there, but getting blocked off. Yeah, Sliver also not getting good RNG. Didn't hit the pixel, but that might have been on purpose. If you get that RNG, it's often better to deliberately not hit the pixel and just dash further to the left. Alright, nice attic from So. So both of them menuing in that same room there to the hammer in order to read the RNG from the enemies. It's a nice one. One of the really interesting little nuances of Link to the Past speedrunning is the chances to use your menus in different places to different minor advantages. A little bonk in the cells there from Sliver. Saw some sword slashes there from So to time the jellyfish there. Yeah, same thing from Sliver. I think if he landed on the left-hand side of the conveyor, he could have just gone, but probably not worth going back to the left after you've gone past it. Alright, everyone, say it with me. Blind is a scripted fight. Hopefully. It certainly was on So's side. And also on Sliver's. Good fights for them both. Yeah, so the way blind works, blind's movements are always completely consistent, so if you hit blind on the first frame that you possibly can, by sticking your sword out, he'll just do the same thing every time. Obviously, if you miss one of the hits, then things get different. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, our first order of business after beating Thieves' Town here is the Tempered Sword. We're going to be grabbing a couple of 300 rupee chests at this point as well. And that'll let us pay for the flippers later. Alright, so both of them look like they're doing the smith sequence correctly here. It's sometimes like easy to mess up and do things at the wrong time, but yeah. You've got to take the smith in, leave and re-enter to hand in your sword, then screen transition and go back to get it to be tempered. Alright, here's that extra 300 chest in C-shaped house. So our next dungeon here is Skull Woods. There's a few things going on here. This mummy room at the beginning here can be a little awkward sometimes. Yeah, RNG not ideal there. So taking a hit, but still gets through it reasonably speedily. And there's our big key. Like Sliver's also going to get bothered by the mummies here. Alright. Skullwood's bomb jump. Nicely done. And there's our fire rod. Looks like So is still going to take the dip in the pit. Fastest way out there is just to drop in the pit. Obviously, So having taken a hit and having skipped Sandcart, it's possible you would think to skip it, but looks like So is just going to try and game. Alright, Sliver taking it as well, despite again being at somewhat low health. Just gotta cross your fingers and hope the Mothula fight goes okay. That's the big concern. Coming into the back of Skull on low health. Sliver's going to do this room the slow way to farm a little bit of health. Didn't see if So got the double hit. Looks like he did. So yeah, we sort of dash into Moth to open the fight in such a way that hopefully gets us a double hit. Ooh, Sliver also missing the mummy on the spike. Still got to kill it near the door though, so not too much time lost. Okay. A little bit scary to be down to one heart there, but luckily Moth died shortly afterwards. So yeah, the lead's maintained there through Skullwoods, and So still on a real nice pace, still ahead of PB. Sliver's still on a really solid run as well. Just those couple extra blue balls and a couple extra mistakes have been the difference here, but still nothing too disastrous has happened. Oh, that stupid red bridge guard. Ooh, quick fish from So. So yeah, the hitbox for the circle of rocks you have to throw the thing into to trigger catfish is it's not quite how it looks, and you can cheat it a little bit. Ooh, nice sliver going for the bush pickup to farm a heart and gets it. Pretty big deal. Entering Ice Palace on full health is real nice. Alright, Ice Palace time. Definitely one of the scariest dungeons. Need to have consistently good execution. There's a couple of particularly hard rooms, and the boss is also one of the most brutal. If it goes wrong, I mean, it can, sometimes it can just go right and it's no problem. But alright, it's like Sliver taking the diversion there to avoid the Zora. Alright, so entering the kind of tough stretch in the early part of this dungeon. Bombable floor room can be kind of annoying. And we've got this little tricky double kill here on the two Stealthos Knights. Then we have the conveyor room, and then we have Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Alright, nice damage boosting conveyors. It's a little far away from the pit. There we go, nice adjustment. Alright, solid dungeon so far. So took a little bit of damage, but is still at enough health to damage boost through this spike and still be above 4 hearts. Cold Stare does 4 hearts of damage, so you really want to be above 4. Also going for the stair clip. Oh, gets the left clip. So now we are at 4 hearts, so it's a little bit of danger zone here for the Cold Stare fight. We cannot get hit by the boss itself. Sliver taking one dip in the pit in the bomb jump there, then waiting out this this fire bar. Okay, this is terrifying. Oh my god, they chased him so far across the room. Alright. Yeah, when you go into that fight in one-hit KO mode and don't get the quick kill, it's just about getting out alive. And and that happened, so nicely done. So I was gonna get to stay ahead in this race. Probably still ahead of PB actually, looking at those splits, but not by so much anymore. All right, that's what the cold stare quick kill should look like over on Sliver's side. So yeah, the gap is definitely closed. Alright, so after that terrifying dungeon, we get to have a little bit of a breather in Swamp Palace. It's like the dev intended second Dark World dungeon, and we're doing it here, what, fifth? So it's a little bit less dangerous, but it's still, you know, you've still got to give it due care and attention. Looks like So is going to do some shopping on the way. Well, not really on the way, but, you know, beforehand. We've got to grab an Ether Medallion and an Ice Rod at some point between now and when we need those items. Oh my god, those boulders. So the most common shopping routes are doing it all in the Misery Mire split, or doing the Ether Medallion right now in Swamp and the Ice Rod later on in Turtle Rock. Looks like both of them are doing at least this one now. You also do see sometimes the long swamp strategy of getting both of those items right now. So it looks like So is just getting the ether right now. Looks like Sliver is long swamping. So that means we're going to be diverging a little bit here. It'll be harder to tell who's ahead and who's behind until the beginning of the Turtle Rock split, when So will go and get the Ice Rod, and their progression will be level again. Thanks for the stop long swamps. Alright, so yeah, Swamp Palace. Probably the easiest Dark World dungeon to get through alive, but you can certainly still lose plenty of time in here. We've already seen the Swamp Palace classic of just getting like pecked to death by enemies from So's side there. Already taken one little hit. Everything does basically one heart of damage in here, so you know it shouldn't be fatal, but each hit's gonna knock you out of a dash or otherwise disrupt your movement. Hey, easy is good. It's nice to have a little bit of a breather sometimes in the speedrun. Okay, So is gaming here. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this trick in a run. So that was Swamp Spooky. I have no idea if he got it. It would appear that he did not. If you throw that bomb in the right way, you can like trigger the switch in the next screen. Yeah, I mean, I realized once the pegs didn't change, I guess, that he didn't get it, but yeah, I'd heard tell of this trick. I've looked at it being done and people practicing it and stuff, but I think that's my first time seeing it happen in a run. Unfortunately, it was not hit. I don't know how much it saves, but I assume it's like a decent bit. It saves, what, a couple of screen transitions? and gives you a more direct movement path. Sliver not going for it. Doing it the conventional way. Trying to work out the implications of that bomb use on Zo's side as well, because he also hasn't got the ice rod yet, so he's going to need to find some bombs from somewhere. I guess he'll probably get the one in the back of Swamp here. And then as long as you don't mess up Spooky, you can just keep that bomb through to the Total Rock Split. There's the restock room from So, getting both the bombs and the arrows. Yeah, 19's a super nice arrow count at this point. Sliver's gonna have even more than that, actually. I assume he grabs at least the pot in the statue room to have 21, and could have 26 with restock arrows. Incredible numbers. Alright. So not getting the zero cycle Argus fight, unfortunately, but does clean it up nice and quickly, and gets the fire on quick kill too. Sliver not getting the first poke dash there, unfortunately, so not going to be able to get the zero cycle here. Again, hopefully it can be cleaned up quite quickly. Oh, it got back. Okay, let's try and not have a 2 cycle, please. Alright, got it. Oh, so is ice rodding right now. Alright, so earlier than I expected, it's going to be level pegging in terms of progression. So yeah, looks like So has still maintained something of a lead here. It looks like he has unfortunately fallen just behind PB pace, but not by too much. It's, it seems like a run that's still PBable. So yeah, still at this stage of the race, not too much between them. I'll get a time check here on my entry. It was like a 1:04:32 going into the door there from So. Huge bird toss, and yes, looks like about 30 seconds then between the two of them. So that's still a real close race. We're still at the point where, I mean, any death would flip it, but even without a death, you know, it's possible to bleed that much time over the course of the run. Alright, so cutting it a bit close with that slug. Those things hit real hard, so it's nice to get the dodge. Yeah, so being already down a heart and without sank heart needs to be a little bit careful in Maya here. We do want to take just a ton of deliberate damage. Alright, so coming up here on the Cane of Samaria. Very cool item, especially if you play or watch the glitched categories of this game. There's a lot of things we can do with that item. It looks like So is skipping the spike key here and just going for the bridge hopper. Look at this gaming right there. Incredible. Alright, we didn't have to worry about health at all, it turns out. Looks like Spooky 1 going fine, and Spooky 2. That was the important one, because So does not have a bomb for the backup, so needed to nail that, and did. Alright, so coming here on 10 hearts should be a comfy fight, but there's no guarantees with Vitreous. No guarantees with Vitreous, as I was saying. Get out of the way, okay. Please. Alright. Another boss fight that can go real bad, being navigated after a little bit of a hiccup in the middle. Once again, Sliver then comes in and shows us a much cleaner fight, and all of a sudden this race got very close. Alright, anyway, so still has a little bit of a lead. Certainly not that big a one anymore, but... here comes the end game. Turtle Rock and then Ganon's Tower. Seeing some waffle housing. Nicely waffle housed. Oh, and a successful counter waffle from Sliver as well. Alright, so here we are in Turtle Rock. So grabbing the extra bomb there as well, so back on track. Sliver somehow making it into Turtle Rock with full health. I feel like Death Mountain's been pretty kind to him this run. Ooh, so having a bit of a mishap in the rolling pin room there. Alright, hopefully that's not a big deal. Because way back when in Aghanim's Tower, which I completely forgot to set up in commentary at the time, we deliberately dash killed some enemies to preserve a prize pack here, which will hopefully yield a fairy quite soon. Ideally right now. Yes, it did. Lovely. Oh, we got the blast as well. Alright, So's been doing some real gamer stuff this run. Oh, those chomps. So rude. I didn't actually see if Sliver got the fairy or not. His might still be to come, which would be nice, but I don't know that. He did get it. Alright, so Sliver's probably got to make it through here with just this, this much health. Be a little careful. It's very doable, but you just need to make sure you don't make any silly mistakes. Okay. Alright. Kinda scary pokies, but Sliver gets through it, but now down to 3 hearts. Oh, I missed it at the time. It looks like Sliver got a gold Misery Mire. That's neat. No wonder the gap closed. There's a laser skip. So just playing it a little bit safer to stay out of the way of the beetle. Oh no. Alright, those lasers will just own you. Looks like Sliver has forfeited after that death. Unfortunate and understandable. So GG's to him. Right, so it's just a one-person race from here on in, but it's now a race between So and So's PB, because looking at his splits, it's a little small for me to read perfectly, but I think he's behind PB by a single-digit number of seconds still, so this feels like a run that could still make it. Crystal, no! Oh no. You do gotta grab the crystal. Has the NMG mentor program covered crystal catches yet? So it looks like 7 seconds behind PB here for So let's hope for a big GT and few Ganon warps. Alright, no torch key there for So. Still kind of find it amazing how it's not optimal to get torch key when it's just right there, you walk straight past it. Not quick enough. Nice use of the hookshot imitability frames there. Successfully dodged Rando Room as well. Grabbing the arrow chest there, which was actually necessary. I mean, there was a pot elsewhere in the room you could have grabbed instead, but at that point you may as well just get the chest and get the 10. He was one short of having enough to kill Isamos otherwise. Okay, looks like that might be fine. Yeah, alright. I mean, a small time loss, but was able to back up the quick kill at least. Alright, 8-arrow climb. We're gaming again. Not even booming the switch. Gamble time. We want to see an arrow drop right here, please. That's not an arrow drop, nor is that. Might have to go for the pot here. Okay, we got a 10. But now the room is kind of screwed up. Alright. No cannonballs either, so this is probably not a PB-paced GT from So, unfortunately, but it's still a real nice run. If nothing major goes wrong from here, he's going to finish not too far behind PB. I've never seen that before. Sliding along the wall whilst grabbing it. Alright, unfortunately you didn't get the one cycle ammo too. Gonna have to grab the extra magic pot here as well. He went for a desperation shot to try and save the one cycle and didn't quite hit it. Which key are we grabbing? Mini Helmers. I wonder if that's setting up for another hover here then, based on the Maya Bridge hover. So is clearly a pretty talented hoverer. Yeah, the magic skip here as well. Yeah, this is real gamer hours here in NMG League. Ooh, decent first pattern, but couldn't get the triple. Thing blue bulb there, unfortunately. So, probable 4 cycle, hopefully, actually. Yeah, this is set up nicely. Yeah, so kind of unfortunate, a few things happening in the tower there, so not going to be a PB, but still just needs to kill this pig to secure the victory in League 1 of League here. Nice start to the fight there, getting the one-on-one. Looks like not too many warps either. Getting blue ganned though. Yeah, 0 warps. Nice setup for the torch glitch, but unfortunately the blue Ganon there's a little bit of a problem, especially for the like the strat here with the magic skip is unfortunately kind of coming back to bite. So now having to switch to the lamp and play the end of the fight here a bit safer. There we go. So the pig explodes. Get your GGs in chat there. Congratulations. So gonna take the win here with a official race time of 1:26:36. Alright, you know it's going to be a good season of League when players in the Master Sword bracket are just firing off 126s like it's nothing. Alright, looks like we're going to get an interview here as well. GG.
GG's.
Congratulations on the win and on a pretty nice run. Stayed on PB pace until pretty late.
Yeah, thanks. The main reason I entered the league because I usually have good runs while doing tourneys. On the couple of first years that I entered the community, I PB'd in every tournament that I participated, and since I'm chasing this PB for so long, the 125, even the high 124, I wonder why not enter league this time since I'm back into the grind. So had a good early run, but then stuff that always happens to me started happening, and I lost the PB right at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean it's a hard category. Things are going to go wrong sometimes, but I think if you keep playing like that, you'll get that 125 before too long. I think.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that I have like 1 minute to 1 minute and a half easy of time saved to PB, but I just can't be that consistent, and I'm not nailing the run. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts about the run there? Anything specific?
Just that it's been a long time since I raced speedrunning. I'm just racing playing random the past year. So, and the first half of the run, I was pretty nervous. My hands were shaking. I was like having cold sweat on my hands, but trying not to make some dumb mistakes. But
Yeah.
everything after I think pod things start going smoothly, and I managed to keep my calm and just keep going forward. But but this run was pretty generous in the NMG. I got 0 warps and 0 blue balls, but then not so great boss fights. But at least I could finish the run without any major trouble.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, like I agree about like the nerves thing. Like I always feel way more nervous racing vanilla than I do racing rando. I don't know why, but it just feels completely different to me.
Yeah, rather you can just blame your routes or decisions. The execution it matter, of course, but not as much here in speedrun. You just you and not messing up everything, like execution wise. So it's way more nerve wracking for me. Because in render you can give some lame excuses, at least giving the energy or the wrong check.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But wanna thanks everyone that making the league happening. Fox, I think Fox is the head person on the league. Rob for doing comms and everyone on GSR that making the restaurant happening. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'll echo all that, and thanks to you and Secretly a Sliver for racing for us today as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and just to secretly, it's a shame that he had died right at the end of the run, but it happens. The game is really punishing.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like the gap was kind of narrowing slightly up to that point as well. It could have been a real close finish, but yeah. I can fully understand why that death would be too much and you'd quit there. All right, so thank you once again. Looks like we're about ready to wrap up here, so I'll throw back over to Zelda Speedruns.